Brand new David Cronenberg movie. So let's talk about Crimes of the Future. Crimes of the Future, directed by David Cronenberg. This is the guy that remade The Fly, starring Jeff Goldblum and Geena Davis back in the 80s. And he directed the Stephen King movie, The Dead Zone, starring Christopher Walken. He's also done a couple of other movies which I have not seen. The Brood, B-R-O-O-D, or Brood, Scanners. These movies are on streaming, but I am gonna check some of these movies out in order to get a bit more of his filmography, because I am a bit of a fan of this guy. Basically, with this movie's set in a post-apocalypse future where surgery has become a sexual fetish. People don't feel pain the way they used to, and basically there's something erotic about doing surgery on yourself. Our main characters are Saul Tencher, played by Viggo Mortensen, his wife Caprice, played by Leo Seydoux. I believe this is his wife in the movie. Scott Steven is in the movie, and Kristen Stewart is in the film playing a character named Timlin. I believe she's like a nurse in the film. And much of this movie did freak me out, because there's like this one person with ears all over his face, and some of the body horror, but I didn't mind that, because that's what I expect from a David Cronenberg movie, is stuff that kind of freaks me out. Because I remember The Fly freaked me out, and that's one of the reasons why I love that movie. So I like the fact that this movie did freak me out, and I like the use of practical effects within this. I like the world that this movie did. But let's get into the problems with this movie, because this movie does have a lot of problems. Definitely one of the biggest problems with this movie is the pacing is very slow, to the point that one of the complaints I heard from other people is that they were bored. Now, I wasn't bored because I was invested with the characters, but I can see why other people got bored. I also felt like some of these characters didn't get enough development, really. Like, you didn't know who was to root for, and you don't really have an antagonist really that much within this film. It just felt like David Cronenberg was showing a brand new world, but really not enough story to build these characters, really. And I understand why some people didn't like it. I can totally understand that. I didn't walk out of this movie because I am a David Cronenberg fan. But other people who are general movie audiences probably don't know David Cronenberg's previous work. They may not like this movie. Or maybe somebody who does know David Cronenberg's work may not like this. So really, I only recommend this to David Cronenberg's hardcore fans, probably people who have seen a lot of his movies in the past and want to see a brand new movie from him. That's the only I suggest this film to. I'm going to give this movie a C. Basically, it's a rental. I don't think this movie is really necessary to see in the theaters, although I do think that if you want to see in the theaters, that's okay. Or if you decide not to see in the theaters, to go see like Top Gun Maverick or something else, that's fine too. It's just that I do think that directors like David Cronenberg should be supported, and it may open doors to get other movies like this from old directors, and show that there is still support for these great directors that are still out there. And that's all I gotta say for Crimes of the Future.